Hello, welcome to another episode of Cheap and Cheerful Extra. This is an episode I probably should have done a long time ago, near the beginning of the channel, but there's no time like the present, so I want to apologize in advance because this is probably going to be a incoherent, rambling mess. I'm not very good at this talking without a script thing. You could argue I'm not very good at the talking with a script thing too, but that's beside the point. What is value? I'm going to spoil this up front. There is no one answer to this question. It's going to vary situation to situation and person to person. But it's still worth having a conversation about, especially for a channel that is supposedly value-centric, at least in reviews. Let's start with the value I talk about the most on this channel, time value. I know this probably seems as straightforward as gameplay time divided by cost is your time value, but I tend to have a little more complicated view of it. I tend to look at it more from the side of my time instead of the game's time. Is a game worth my time? That means a game with a ton of gameplay hours may still have a bad time value in my outlook. Basically, paying $15 for a 3-hour game that I really enjoy and packs a great experience into that time is better value to me than a $1 game that I play for 5 hours that's just garbage or grindy or just the same. Now, obviously, how you value your time changes depending on who you are. I'm a parent with a full-time job, so time is very valuable to me. I don't have a lot of free time, and so I don't want to be playing games that waste my time or take me 6 months just to complete one game. But someone who's younger or just has more free time is going to look at that proposition a little different. Or like when I was younger and didn't have the money to buy most of the games I wanted, you really tried to stretch those games out. Something you'll hear me mention a lot is the portal zone, or what I call the portal zone. And I believe I kind of stole that concept actually from Yahtzee of Zero Punctuation Reviews fame. Anyways, the point is, the game Portal exhibits great time value. It doesn't take that long to beat, but the pacing, the content is a great package. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It leaves you wanting more, but not so much that you feel unsatisfied. And that's really the key of this Portal zone. It doesn't exactly have to fall within that exact same length, 2 to 3 hours, but it just needs to stick to its mechanic, do what it's there to do, and don't drag it out, and obviously don't end too soon. Obviously, most of the time when you hear people talk about value, they're talking about the cost, the dollar value, and how much content they get for that amount. Honestly, with the way video game sales are right now, incredibly low cost, especially on PC, I don't really find that incredibly relevant. Again, I don't have a ton of time, so I'm way behind. And by the time I get around to playing anything, it's already discounted. I suspect we may see the law of averages kick in here in the next few years with video game prices. I don't know how long the industry can bear the sort of erosion of prices that we have now and maintain the same development styles, I guess, and game styles. You hear players complain about free-to-play and the fact that every game seems the same, but at the same time they aren't willing to pay for unique experiences. And then when they do, sometimes they'll just abuse the system or complain. See Firewatch and people who enjoyed the game considering returning it just because it came in under the 2 hours that Steam allows for returns. Obviously, that's not just consumers' faults. I think yearly development cycles on big titles is a big issue for pricing. When you release a new game in a franchise at $60 every single year, you can't really justify keeping the older ones up at high prices for very long. Anyways, that's a bit of a tangent away from the main topic here. I hope this maybe helps clarify what it is I'm driving at with my value reviews, why I review games that you can get for so cheap. Because clearly, you could spend not very much money and have all these games, but it's that time cost. Is it worth it when there's so much that can be had for so little? You have to find some way to differentiate between your choices. Thank you for watching or listening, really, I guess. If you enjoyed this little chat on value, be sure to check out the reviews that are the basis for it.